What is up, internet peeps, podcast listeners, and all my YouTube subscribers, which, by the way, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit the show notes and do so. We're almost at 400, which is pretty impressive, and I'm quite happy with that. So maybe you listening to this episode, you might be number 400, That's going to be super special. I might just message you and thank you personally. Anyway, I'm psyched because I think this is number 3 or the 4th week without a migraine. So I'm going to keep updating you guys every Wednesday if I have a migraine or not. But let's get on to the show. So I started brainstorming this morning of what topic I wanted to go over, and to kind of circle back to the whole kind of nutrition, weight loss, fat loss thing. What I want to talk about today is supplements. Now, the topic itself can be, spoken about for days without end. But I'm going to make it very, very, very simple in the sense of what the average person should know. And I think the whole supplement conversation starts with someone kind of new to the fitness realm, or someone who kind of just started, or maybe even started training for a year and knows that a lot of people take supplements, and maybe some other people have gone to a naturopathic doctor and they're prescribed all these different pills, and you're unsure if you should take supplements or not, doesn't matter, and the question of should I take supplements always comes up. So long story short, it depends, just like everything in fitness and health. But I think what we need to bring up is, will taking supplements actually be that tipping point to finally see fat loss? Probably not. Is it going to help support your health to get to that goal? Yes. But it's not a magic pill that if you start taking protein powder, creatine, a BCAA complex, a B complex, fish oils, and magnesium, and all this other good stuff that's out there, is it actually going to make that much of a difference in the rate of fat loss? Probably not. I will, however, say that the number one most researched supplement out there is creatine. We know that it works. But again, is it going to make that much of a difference for the general population that's just looking to move and feel better? Maybe, maybe not. There's not that strong evidence for that specific question. Does it make a difference when you are a weightlifting athlete or a power production athlete, and creatine, following a protocol of taking that supplement, has seen increase of strength and power by 17%, which is huge. But Sally Sue, mom of 3, that's 47 years old, that needs to get back into shape, probably is not going to matter. We should probably look at other stuff. And that goes into this next thing that I'm going to bring up, is that a lot of times people think that taking supplements is going to fix all the other shit that they're not doing to balance that shit out. But let's be real, that's not realistic, and we need to cover some other topics like sleep hygiene, your relationship with food, actually exercising regularly, and the list could go on. Like the fact that you need to just drink more water. Like some people just don't drink water. So why are you worried about taking a certain supplement? That's what, it makes no sense to me. And I know there's so many nutrition podcasts that can go really in depth of what supplement does what you should be taking, blah, blah. But for the majority of people listening, it's not going to make a significant difference. If, for example, you are exercising every single day and then you decided to start training for like a triathlon, will taking a little bit more protein in your diet on a daily basis improve by taking, protein powder and creatine and maybe a BCAA? Probably. But even the whole like topic of branched chain amino acids, a lot of people that I follow, like Alan Aragon, Brad Schoenfeld, Dr. Spencer Nadolsky, like all those three people that are actually in strength and conditioning research and supplement research, it's not the greatest anymore from what they've seen. So now, like, that's the other thing too, is like the supplement game changes so much. So you personally, as the consumer, almost has to do their own research to see if this pill that you're taking that you decided from the GNC sales rep that's telling you that it's going to help you lose weight is actually effective. Because that's the scary thing with the supplement industry, is that at least here in Canada and I believe in the United States, if I decided to start my own supplement company today, I don't have to go through any kind of trials, and I don't even have to put the ingredients that I say on the bottle that I want to have in my little pill or powder at all. And if I decided to, I don't even have to put the amount of grams that I say on it. And if you look at a website like examine.com, that is a hugely trusted source when it comes to reviewing research and anything nutrition related. I remember this was probably like 6 years ago, where they did their own study of taking like 5 major protein brands and actually seeing if how many grams, per scoop of protein that they were advertising was actually true. And almost all of them, they had a discrepancy of like 5 to 9 grams of protein that was less than what they were saying, because usually on average it's like 25 grams a scoop or 30 grams a scoop. Now imagine not having 5 to 9, and you're a person that's trying to calculate your macros, and you just fucked your whole day up, and you've been using the same protein powder for 3 months. So really your macros for the last 3 months have not been exactly where they should have been. Whew, that was a lot. So, that being said, you going down the rabbit hole of taking supplements is probably not going to make the difference if you are under the impression that it's going to fix all your other shortcomings when it comes to your health. But I will say there are some basic things that you should be taking for your health. And like, number one, if you go see a naturopathic doctor, like one of the first things they'll do is prescribe magnesium, because all of us are deficient in magnesium. Where does magnesium actually come from? It used to come from the frickin' dirt within the earth where our vegetables grew. But our soil is nowhere near what it was 50 years ago, so we're all depleted in magnesium. So you should be taking a magnesium supplement. Which one? That's where I have to stand back and be like, I can't recommend anything. This is where you seek a medical professional to, one, see if you actually need it, because who knows, you might be growing your own vegetables out of your own garden and blah, 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 who knows. But two, also like getting some blood work done, seeing if your body can even, absorb the magnesium in pill form, right? Like maybe you have such a messed up gut from whatever has been part of your life, and you taking pills, you're not actually consuming 100% of that pill, because that's a whole nother factor. If you look at gut health, which is a whole nother topic too, like this is why this episode can go in so many different directions. Like if your gut doesn't function the way it should at an optimal level, whatever you consume, you're not getting 100% of it. Maybe it's 60%. So you taking a bunch of supplements could be just a very expensive purchase for you and not actually a health benefit. So this is why it's always good to like see a naturopathic doctor or see a doctor in general that specializes in like weight loss, energy, things like that, that doesn't just push some sort of pharmaceutical drug on you, because you want to get to the root cause of what's going on and improve and enhance your life. But that being said, say magnesium works out beautifully, yes, you should be taking it, most likely a fish oil. But again, there's also like quality of it, right? Like, yeah, you can go to Walmart and grab the fish oil there, but what's the quality of it? Like, a bottle of 300 tablets for like $9 probably is not going to be, the best quality, and maybe you're not actually getting, any like fish oil at all. It could be something else, right? So you need to do that research, right? Protein powder, yes, most likely you should be taking a protein powder on a daily basis, every second day, whatever it is. But then again, that's a whole nother topic, and that's why I keep doing that disclaimer of there's a whole other topic, because I want to keep this podcast short and not just talk about one singular thing, because just the topic of protein powder, holy fuck, like, if there's any nutritionist or dietitian or naturopathic doctor listening to my show right now, they are just like waiting for the opportunity to say something to me that I did not touch on this or that. So I'm going to leave it at, there's so much to choose from. There's so many different considerations. If you have any food allergies, if you're allergic to like eggs or dairy in general, like, there's so much to that question of which protein powder I should take. A multivitamin. But again, the quality, like you taking a Centrum one that you can get from Walmart, probably not going to do the trick. If you've ever had an experience of seeing a naturopathic doctor and they look at the dosages of, like the standard Centrum multivitamin, like, it's almost not even enough to scratch the surface. And if they've done your blood work and they know what you're deficient in, like, they won't even bother with that. And then like a B complex is another one that most people would need. But again, this all comes down to, do you actually need it? And this is where you need to go see a medical professional. Also, the fish oil thing that just popped in my head, great for concussion patients. Like, a lot of research on brain health with fish oils. But anyway, another one too that a lot of people will bring up is vitamin D. So if you're an individual, I believe anything below like the border of California, of like Oregon and California, is deficient in vitamin D, just based on where you are on Earth. And I remember interviewing Kamal Patel from Examine.com, huge researcher on anything to do with health, like super nerd, super geek, and like so knowledgeable. And he told me this on my podcast, and that was like one of my first episodes. And I was like, holy crap, like a lot of people are deficient in vitamin D, and that is huge. So if you're one of those people that lives above that line, like, you should probably consider getting a vitamin D supplement. But which kind? Again, it really, really depends on so many different things. And again, this is why you need to go to your medical professional and not to your trainer that barely knows anything about supplements. Maybe the only trainer I would trust when it comes to supplement, like a supplement program, is probably like a bodybuilder that's, been on top of this game since like the 80s and then retired and has all the knowledge in the world. And those bodybuilders will like read every little bit and are quite knowledgeable. And I would almost argue that they probably have more knowledge on supplements and even like the freaking steroids and everything like that and how to do them right than most doctors, which is pretty impressive. But your trainer shouldn't, number one, prescribe anything like that. And your trainer should not be like 6 a.m. you're taking this, and then like 7 p.m. you're taking this. Like, no, you should not be doing that at all. So go seek out medical people that actually do that with a license. But I'm going to leave it there because I wanted to leave it open-ended. Like, I kind of answered your question, but not really, because there's so much to it. And if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out. And if you're looking for someone in your area, because I know I have listeners all over the world, I can most likely find you someone in your area that's, you know, good at what they do when it comes to the supplement game. And I'm more than happy to do that for you and help as much as possible. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, hit the show notes, add me on Facebook, add me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share this podcast. Until next time, you guys.